Deion Sanders sends clear message on what Browns did to Shedeur. How Shedeur Sanders stacks up in the Cleveland Browns quarterback room remains a contentious issue even after the Week 1 depth chart was announced on Tuesday. But his father, Deion Sanders, has shown where he stands in the debate. Read more. Browns make major QB decision that affects Shedeur Sanders. Some Shedeur supporters have argued that the Colorado Buffaloes quarterback, who garnered first-round buzz but ultimately fell to the Browns in the 5th round, has been sabotaged by Cleveland, which placed him third on their depth chart behind Joe Flacco and third-round rookie Dillon Gabriel. However, former NFL safety Ryan Clark, a supporter of the Sanders family, argued that there have been steep expectations placed on Shedeur that are not common for a 5th-round pick, which is how the Browns evaluated him. What it is that they're doing is they're treating Shedeur Sanders like a 5th-round pick, Clark said on ESPN's Get Up. We're not covering every 5th-round pick in the NFL, hoping that he gets the opportunity to be the starter on day one. We felt like, oh my goodness, they got a diamond in the rough. Shedeur Sanders fell to the 5th round. They felt like they evaluated him there, and that's where they picked him. They're playing the guy that they picked in the 3rd round over him because they evaluate him at a higher level than what they do Shedeur Sanders. Clark faced backlash from fans and addressed the matter, which drew a message of support from Deion. For all the people that called me a sellout throughout the week for my analysis on Shedeur Sanders, I do want to say something to you sincerely from the bottom of my heart, and that's kiss my ***, Clark said in a video on his Instagram. Deion wrote in the comments, "We love you, my brother, and I'm speaking for the Sanders family. Keep on being you. I respect you, admire you, and can count on you to keep it 100. Read more. Shedeur Sanders sends clear wake-up call after Deion, Shiloh setbacks. Deion's support of Clark's messaging regarding Shedeur's situation with the Browns is clearly the narrative the Sanders family wants publicized. Cleveland beat reporter Mary Kay Cabot reported on August 31st that while Flacco will have the go-ahead for Week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Browns are prepared to hand the reins to Gabriel without hesitation. As for Sanders, he'll also get some live action this season, but probably not until later, when he's more seasoned, she added. The NFL is never short of storylines, but few have captured the imagination of fans and media alike the way the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation has. Draft picks, veterans, legacies, and expectations all intertwine in a whirlwind of speculation and drama. At the center of it all is Shedeur Sanders, rookie quarterback, son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, and lightning rod for debate. What the Browns have done with him since draft night has raised eyebrows across the league. And if anyone was going to speak on it, it was only a matter of time before Coach Prime himself weighed in. This is the story of how Deion Sanders sent a clear, unshakable message about his son's treatment in Cleveland, and what it reveals about the NFL, the Browns, and the Sanders legacy. The draft night shock. When the Browns selected Shedeur Sanders in the 2025 NFL Draft, the move was met with both excitement and skepticism. Many expected Shedeur to go earlier, perhaps to a quarterback-needy franchise willing to give him the keys to the offense right away. Instead, he landed in Cleveland, a team with a crowded QB room and a front office notorious for second-guessing its own decisions. Deion sat in the green room on draft night, smiling for the cameras, hugging his son tightly, but behind those designer sunglasses, there was already a flicker of concern. He knew Cleveland's history, the endless carousel of quarterbacks, the culture of quick fixes and scapegoats. Shedeur ain't a project, Deion muttered to a friend that night. He's a quarterback. Period. If they treat him like anything less, they gon' have a problem. The early camp signals. Training camp should have been the time to showcase Shedeur's arm, his poise, his leadership. But the Browns kept him buried in rotations, giving veteran Joe Flacco extended reps while dangling Dillon Gabriel as a supposed dual-threat option for the future. Media insiders whispered that the coaching staff wanted Shedeur to earn it the hard way. To some, it sounded like fair competition. To others, it reeked of politics. Deion was watching closely. He attended practices, quietly sat in the back, shades on, not interfering, but taking mental notes. He saw his son making NFL throws, staying calm under pressure, rallying teammates. Yet when depth charts were released, Shedeur remained an afterthought. "See, this is what I mean," Deion said in a phone call to an old NFL buddy. "They ask him to show maturity, he does. They ask him to lead, he does. They ask him to throw, he does. And then what? They hold him back anyway. That ain't development, that's disrespect." Deion goes public. Deion Sanders has never been one to hold his tongue. After weeks of what he saw as mismanagement, he finally addressed it during a Colorado press conference. He wasn't asked about Cleveland. The question was about Colorado's season outlook. But Prime knew what he wanted to say. "I love my son. You'll know that. And I love this game," Deion began, voice calm but firm. "But let me make something clear. When you got a quarterback like Shedeur, you don't play games with him. You don't sit him just because you're scared of his shine. You don't move him around like a pawn. You trust him, you build with him, you let him lead." The reporters froze, scribbling frantically. He wasn't naming names, but the target was obvious: the Cleveland Browns. "See, a lot of teams mess up great quarterbacks because they ain't ready for the responsibility of nurturing greatness," Deion continued. "I ain't saying nothing they don't already know in Cleveland. They better recognize what they got before they lose it." The Browns' response. Behind closed doors, the Browns front office wasn't thrilled with Prime's comments. Kevin Stefanski, ever the diplomat, told the media, "We have tremendous respect for Coach Sanders and, of course, for Shedeur. This is a process. Every rookie quarterback has to earn his role. Nothing is being handed to anyone." But in league circles, it sounded hollow. Everyone knew Shedeur had the talent. Everyone knew he had the poise. What he lacked was trust from an organization historically allergic to stability. Meanwhile, Deion doubled down. On a national radio show, he made his message sharper. "Let me tell you something about Shedeur. He's built for this. He's been built for this since high school, since Colorado, since day one. If the Browns don't see it, that's on them. But don't treat him like some afterthought while playing politics with names and contracts. If you draft Shedeur, you play Shedeur. Period." The father-son bond. The heart of this story isn't just football, it's family. Behind the headlines and soundbites, Deion and Shedeur's conversations were raw and honest. Late-night phone calls after practice. Encouragement when doubt crept in. Lessons only a father who had lived the highest highs and lowest lows of professional sports could teach. "Dad, I know I can play," Shedeur told him one night. "I just need them to give me the chance. That's all."